Hello and welcome to TTVNEWS broadcasted on TayNinhTV newspaper and general television with some latest events in TayNinhTV province and across the country. Ladies and gentlemen, as of the end of July 2025, the total state budget revenue of the province reached over 32,300 billion Vietnam dong, equivalent to nearly 87% of the central government's estimate and about 86% of the provincial council estimate, marking a 32% increase compared to the same period last year. Notably, many revenue items have met or significantly exceeded their targets, providing a positive momentum for the local budget balance.
Among them, domestic revenue reached approximately 28,290 billion Vietnam dong and equal to 90% of the central government's estimate and 89% of the provincial estimate, increasing by over 34%. The revenue from land use fees alone amounted for about 9,100 billion Vietnam dong, exceeding the plan by 155%, increasing over 82% compared to the same period last year. The total state budget expenditure for the 7 months reached more than 24,100 billion Vietnam dong, equaling to 69% of the central government estimate and 68% of the provincial people's council estimate, with an increase of over 28%. Of this, the development investment spending was about 11,330 billion Vietnam dong, and the regular expenditures was around 12,780 billion Vietnam dong. And this result shows that the province budget's revenue and expenditure management is on the right track with the effective exploitation of revenue sources and laying the solid foundation to strive to complete and exceed the 2025 budget plan.
From the beginning of 2025 until now, the import and export turnover of the TayNinhTV province has continued to record positive momentum. Specifically, export turnover is estimated at nearly $10 billion, up over 9% compared to the same period in 2024. Import turnover reached approximately $7.8 billion, an increase of nearly 18%. These results indicate a strong recovery in production and trade in the area. Enterprises continue to maintain orders, expand export markets, and effectively take advantage of opportunities from free trade agreements. On the import side, there is a significant rise in the import of raw materials, machinery, and equipment to serve production, meet the increasing order demand, and enhance competitiveness. This is considered an important driving force contributing to promoting the socio-economic growth of the province in 2025. Dear audience, following the recent administrative merger and with the advantage of a vast agricultural land area of around 600,000 hectares, TayNinhTV province is focusing on boosting high-tech agriculture, enhancing technology and scientific transfer into production, and aligning with key crops to build a green, smart, and sustainable agricultural sector.
With its traditional agricultural base, diverse ecosystem, fertile soil, and favorable climate, TayNinhTV aims to improve the productivity, the quality, and efficiency in the cultivation of the key agricultural products such as rice, vegetables, seedless lemons, rubber, dragon fruit, sugarcane, corn, and also more fruits and the agricultural products. At the same time, the province also promoting the large-scale livestock farming and modern aquaculture practices, and currently TayNinhTV agricultural products are present in over 40 international markets, reinforcing the quality, reputation, and brand of TayNinhTV agriculture. The context of deep international integration and the fourth industrial revolution, the province is actively driving information and shaping its development model, modernizing the production, and building a dynamic, adaptive, and globally integrated agricultural environment. And these efforts aim to meet the growing demands for both domestic and international markets, while also being proactive in responding to climate change.
Ladies and gentlemen, although the world has long passed, the pain caused by Agent Orange remains present in many families with serious illnesses, physical disabilities, and lifelong economic and emotional burdens. Over time, TayNinhTV has implemented various activities to express gratitude and share compassion, spreading kindness through support programs and the quiet dedication of individuals. A report from our news team on the occasion of the Day for Victims of Agent Orange, August 10. For more than 2 years working closely to support victims of Agent Orange, Mr. Nguyễn Minh Đại has left a lasting impact through his heartfelt efforts. Although he has since moved to a different position, his compassion for those less fortunate remains unchanged. He frequently calls on philanthropists, businesses, and kind-hearted individuals to join hands in support, acting as a bridge between the victims and local authorities at various levels.
Nói chung là công tác xã hội.
In general, when it comes to social work, I see it as my role to support and shelter part of society's responsibility to help ease the pain of the victims. When you do it with your heart, you can keep doing it for a long time. I hope that more philanthropists and government agencies will offer their support and help spread awareness so that Agent Orange victims can receive compensation for the losses they suffered in the past. From basic necessities and its assistance to simple visits and encouraging words, Mr. Dai personally delivers support to each family, helping to ease the burden they carry. These modest but heartfelt actions have helped many struggling families gradually stabilize their life. There's many support from my franchise receives 1 million Vietnam dong from the government. I really appreciate the efforts of the younger generation, and the local authorities also provide some support for my family situation. In implementing Directive Number 43 dated May 14, 2015 by the Party Secretariat on strengthening the party's leadership in addressing the consequences of chemical toxins, the Agent Orange Dioxin Victims Associations at all levels in the province have actively collaborated with local authorities to ensure that 100% of victims receive their entitled support. Additionally, many families have been assisted with house construction or repair, provided with livelihood tools, offer free medical examinations and treatment, and granted scholarships for their children. This compassionate acts not only ease the hardship of victims, but also spreads a message of kindness and community solidarity. Turn to other news, ladies and gentlemen. At the second session of the TayNinhTV Provincial Peace Council 2021-2026 term, the Provincial Peace Committee reported that in the first 7 months of this year, over 7,600 billion Vietnam dong in public investment capital have been disbursed. However, compared to the assigned plan, disbursement remains low, only reaching over 47% of the target assigned by the Prime Minister and 46.5% of the provincial government's target.
The key reason cited by localities and the project owners for the slow disbursement in the early months of the year is issues arising from administrative boundaries mergers, such as changes in the project owners and beneficiaries. In addition, the compensation and site clearance efforts have encountered several difficulties, further delaying the project construction progress. And to meet the 2005 public investment disbursement target, the Provincial Peace Committee has gone on all departments, localities, project owners, and the construction units to resolve outstanding issues promptly and accelerate disbursement progress. The goal is to reach at least 70% disbursement by the end of the third quarter and 100% by the end of this year.
With the advantage of bordering Ho Chi Minh City, synchronized technical infrastructure, and the favorable investment environment, Cần Duộc Camille is becoming an attractive destination for many domestic and international enterprises. In recent times, investment attraction activities in the Camille's industrial zones have seen positive results, contributing significantly to the local socio-economic development. As of now, nearly 450 secondary investors have invested in industrial zones in Cần Duộc. Of this, there are 263 foreign direct investment enterprises with a total registered capital of approximately $1.29 billion and 185 domestic enterprises with a total investment of over 15,000 billion Vietnam dong. This capital inflow has helped boost industrial production, expand supporting industries, and create stable employment for the local workforce and neighboring areas. The rising number of FDI and domestic businesses investing in the industrial zones not only reflects Kenya's growing appeal, but also demonstrates the effectiveness of administrative reform efforts, investor support policies, and the orientation toward industrial development in harmony with environmental protection.
Following its merger, TayNinhTV Commune is prioritizing the development of industrial and transportation infrastructure as a key driver for the economic restructuring. The focus is on promoting the high-tech agricultural development and expanding infrastructure in industrial clusters and transportation networks. And currently, TayNinhTV is home to the two multi-sectorial industrial clusters, TayNinhTV Industrial Cluster, which support manufacturing, mechanical assembly, industrial machinery, and consumer goods production, and the commune is preparing documentation to propose that the province approve investment policies for TayNinhTV Industrial Cluster number 3 and number 4 with a total planned area of 144.85 hectares, and substantially it is planning to develop additional industrial cluster to create a network and enhance linkages between clusters in the near future. And priority is being given to attracting the green industry, high-tech industry, and those connected to the local agriculture raw material zones. And with this stated advantages and potential, TayNinhTV is also reviewing and proposing adjustments to local planning to align with the brainstorm plans, and the commune is also seeking inclusion in the mid-term public investment portfolio for operating several rural and commune roads, ensuring the connectivity with the neighboring communes and with the province's major transportation routes also. In addition, TayNinhTV is implementing the planning project for the province high-tech agricultural zone 20, covering an area of 1,000 hectares, and the project includes various mechanisms and policies to support investment in high-tech agriculture, organic farming, and large-scale livestock production. The goal is for TayNinhTV to be officially recognized as high-tech agricultural zone of the province by 2030.
Dear audience, in response to the party and state policy on promoting digital transformation, the Farmers Union of Mỹ Lộc Commune Province has recently implemented the 1+10 model to raise awareness and equip members and local farmers with digital skills. The farmers' unions in the hamlets will select and introduce key members who are capable of directly guiding households to activate level 2 electronic identification accounts, use digital banking, submit documents online, and install useful applications such as digital TayNinhTV, Vietnamese farmers, and so on. This helps members and farmers effectively access and apply digital technology to improve their daily life, production, and business activities. The Communist Farmers Union has developed the 1+10 model, which means that one exemplary key farmer member will master technology and digital transformation work. This one member will then spread awareness to 10 other members living in the same area or within the same professional association or cooperative group. The goal is that in the near future, all members will understand the party's direction. All members will understand the party's direction and the work of digital transformation. These initial digital propagandists constantly explore and update new knowledge to support other members. The enthusiasm and dedication of these farmers are creating a positive movement, encouraging a spirit of learning within the community. The Farmers Union has guided members in implementing digital transformation. I find it very helpful, especially the Farmers Union. It is really useful and beneficial for farmers. I continue to study and apply it myself, and at the same time, I will guide my family and other people to use it too. The 1+10 initiative by Mỹ Lộc Commune Farmers Union not only opens up a new direction, helping TayNinhTV farmers confidently integrate master technology, improve their quality of life, and develop the economy, but also contributes to promoting digital transformation in the local area. Continue the program with other outstanding news. Ladies and gentlemen, the Center Office for the South Vietnam Historic Site, located in Tân Lập Community Province, was officially recognized as a special national historic site by the Prime Minister in 2012. Was a revolutionary base and known as the capital of resistance in the South during the war against the U.S., the site has recently seen a noticeable increase in visitors, especially among the younger generation. Covering an area of approximately 70 hectares, this site has been carefully invested in and reconstructed to replicate its original structure. It includes three main functional zones: the historic relic areas, the memorial zone, and the natural landscape conservation and tourism area. The entire complex features about 1,253 meters of train system and 430 meters of internal roads connecting the various facilities within the base. Over the years, Tây Ninh Province has placed strong emphasis on preservation, restoration, and the effective use of site historical values, ensuring a smooth and meaningful experience for visitors. In addition to its educational role in teaching revolutionary traditions, the Center Office for the South Vietnam has become a popular destination for tourists of all ages looking to explore, learn, and connect with Vietnam's historical roots. On average, the Special National Historic Site receives more than 800 tourists per month from both inside and outside the province, coming to learn about history and participate in cultural exchange activities. The site is being actively promoted as a valuable right of rest in revolutionary history education and a compelling tourism destination. This growing interest, particularly from young people, highlights an increasing awareness and appreciation of the nation's historical legacy. At present, tourism sectors and associations are focusing on strengthening cooperation to develop integrated tourism, culture, and education, forming a soul-stretching tourism chain that promotes the site to both domestic and international visitors. In the first 7 months of 2025, Vietnam welcomed over 12.2 million tons of international tourist arrivals, an increase of nearly 23% compared to the same period last year. Notably, even July, which is typically considered the off-season, saw visitor numbers on par with the peak summer season of 2019. Vietnam's traditional peak season for international tourism usually runs from September to April of the following year. However, in July this year, arrivals from Europe increased by 38%, Russia surged by 156%, and China rose nearly 46%. Among the driving forces behind this role, Russia stood out as a fastest growing market, with visitor numbers in July reached 300% of those recorded in the same month last year, an unprecedented figure for a summer period in previous years. These impressive raw numbers are not coincidental but a result of multiple strategic factors. This recovery momentum serves as a solid foundation for Vietnam to aim for 25 million international visitors in 2025. To aim for 25 million tons of international visitors in 2025. One key reason behind the surge in international tourists is Vietnam's more relaxed visa policy, which includes extended stay durations of up to 90 days, multiple entry allowance, and an expanded list of visa-exempt countries. The audience, as part of the program, the Prime Music Festival Awakened the Heritage Stream Steadfast in a New Era, took place on the evening of July 9 at TNT Millennium, Cần Duộc, Camille. The event was honored by the presence of Mr. Nguyễn Văn Quyết, Provincial Party Secretary, Mr. Nguyễn Văn Úc, Deputy Party Secretary and Chairman of the Provincial Business Committee, Mr. Nguyễn Thanh Hải, Deputy Party Secretary and Chairman of the Provincial Father Runs Committee, members of the Provincial Party Standing Committee, and former provincial leaders from various terms.
The event was also attended by Mr. Do Quang Hing, founder and executive chairman of TayNinhTV Group, along with the representatives from the Vietnam Record Organization. The program also came alive with the explosive performances of the top V-pop stars. The night opened up the magical world where the sound and light intervened, taking the audience on a journey across musical landscape from the soulful Vietnamese folk melodies to electrifying EDM beats and powerful rock rhythms. Tonight's concert was amazing. I really loved it. The stage was beautiful and all the performers were so talented and beautiful also. The concert not only left a deep impression on the audience but also touched the hearts of the performers, and thanks to the warmth and hospitality of the TayNinhTV people. At first I was a bit nervous and unsure if the audience were here would support me. But once I got on the stage and felt the energy and love from everyone, I became much more confident, and TayNinhTV's audience is truly amazing. I hope that in the near future, the new TayNinhTV province will continue to grow stronger, and that is, people will unite to build a more prosperous and resilient community. The program also featured a breathtaking display of 1,000 artistic drones lighting up the sky over the Millennial City, iconic images representing TayNinhTV's culture and people, such as traditional Ba shot, a traditional Southern Vietnamese folk shot, and the Ca Tài Tử, at times of the Southern folk music, and floating markers were vividly and colorfully recreated and offering a dazzling visual feast. And this grand music festival was not only a heartfelt tribute from TayNinhTV Group to commemorate the 18th anniversary of the August Revolution and the National Day, September 2nd, but also marked a promising beginning, shaping a modern, connected, and culturally rich urban community and TayNinhTV City Millennia. On this occasion, TayNinhTV City Millennia proudly received 2 national records for the pedestrian street with most diverse theme experience stations in Vietnam and the longest waterway integrated with emission systems and audio-visual technology.
And today TTV News wraps up now. Thank you for your attention and see you in the next program.